AI will take over, and most of the job right now after COVID, we realize that it's not much job for human anymore. AI do better, robot do better.
Mhm. Yeah.
Does that cover all the industry? And does that really like you say, change a lot? And I'm sure the help that I just give some example, and you as well. What do you see the moment of all the industry that it helped for your personal experience?
Yeah, I mean, I made some notes. I mean, about the digital transformation, and absolutely, it's not limited to banking and financial services. My area in particular is BFS,
Yes.
but it's, of course, it's not unique to this one industry. So, but let me just start with banking. If you think back.
Yes.
Many years ago, if you wanted to, do some transactions, or you wanted to, even check your balance, or you wanted to make a withdrawal, or pay a tradesman or something like that, 9 times out of 10, you would have to go into a branch, right? You'd have to walk.
Yeah.
You'd have to get the bus or the train, go into your branch, you queue up, you withdraw your cash, or you pay a check, or you check a standing order or a direct debit. Everything is within the branch, human to human.
Yes.
And in terms of digital transformation, banking now is really such a different industry, right? Very rarely now do people go into a branch, right? It's not necessary anymore. Nowadays you have mobile banking. You can check your balance, you can check your transactions, you can pay now, you can amend your details, you can send money to different countries, you can get a loan, you can et cetera, et cetera. You can do all of these things on your phone, right?
Yep.
And this is a major change. In certain cases now you have like virtual branches. I've seen, for example, in Hong Kong, you can walk up to a terminal and you speak to a virtual assistant, right?
Wow.
It's this is how fast technology is moving. You have chatbots. If you have a query now, you can type into your phone or your laptop or your Mac. Can you help me? And you interact with a chatbot, right? Which is driven by machine learning or artificial intelligence. So this is digital transformation really coming into effect. And then there's other things like cryptocurrencies. You may have heard these terms: blockchain, e-wallets. Of course, now on the phone you can just do your credit card details. You can have multiple credit cards or debit cards on your phone. Everything is very highly automated now, and it's a big change for the industry, obviously. But that's banking. In terms of the other industries, to answer your question, some other examples here. So insurance, online claims, online policies, online renewals, these types of things. Healthcare is a fantastic example, right? I mean, in COVID during the pandemic, here in Singapore, you can see the power of technology, right? The track and trace, the vaccination status, if I want to go into a shopping mall, I have to tap in, tap out. So it's a very real example of other industries. You may have heard of smart buildings or smart warehouses, automatic inventory, supply chain. It's everywhere. It's not.
Yeah.
It's definitely not just one industry. It covers all areas.
Yeah, thanks for the sharing because you just bring up something that it make me curious about next question. That is that people need to really to be aware of this because Korea changing after, like you say, even a human interact is not have in the bank anymore. And I agree with you. You know, I feel not only me, I feel I believe my audience as well. We've been so spoiled by the digital banking that sometimes I feel upset if I have to go down to the bank now. Yeah, I have to admit that, you know, like because sometimes you're so rushed, you have certain situation in the road or you have work or you have appointment, and I don't want to go to the bank anymore. You know, I really get spoiled by that. Or even like when I go to the bank, certain branches is open different time and different location, and time becomes so expensive that by spoil I get spoiled by the app and everything so convenient. Then how about the job for all the people that who used to be a front line, like you say, the banker that who in front line, what they should consider about job career and so on, because I think these also people most concerned about AI will take over, and most of the job right now after COVID we realize that it's not much job for human anymore. AI do better, you know. Robot do better. What do you think about that personally?
Well, there are always different arguments for and against, right? The pros and cons of digital transformation. Technology. People are maybe naturally afraid that technology will replace their jobs and that there will no longer be need for a human being. But I think we've seen, there is always need for human interaction, right? One of the downsides of digital transformation sometimes is I experienced it today, actually today, right? So I had to call my bank, and it was one of these automated voice recognition systems where it's like, press 1 for this, press 2 for this, press 3 for this, then you make your selection. Then it takes you to another menu. Press 1 for this, press 2 for this, press 3 for this. And it can be very frustrating for the end user.
Yes.
So there is still a long way to go in terms of educating the technology to act like a human. So, but I mean, there are more pros and cons. But to answer your question, I don't think we can. Anybody can be afraid of technology. Technology is here. Technology will keep changing, whether you like it, whether I like it, whether your audience likes it or not. Technology is here and it's changing every day. It's not going away.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So it's the way that I think we should think about this is, if you have a role that is no longer performed by a frontline staff, that actual person who was doing that role should be liberated to do other more exciting challenges. Sometimes these frontline roles that you mentioned are actually quite repetitive. They're quite transactional. They're quite black and white, right? Do this, do that. Enter data entry or very manual, repetitive task, and actually difficult to get some good job satisfaction from those roles. So why not let a computer, artificial intelligence, machine learning, why not let machines do the tedious tasks, right? The low level tasks, and liberate the humans to do the tasks which are more complex, which need the human brain to solve, which are more complex, which are more challenging, and you can get better job satisfaction from these types of tasks. So I don't think it's a bad thing that technology picks up these types of low level manual duties. They're not fulfilling, and job satisfaction can be much better for employees with different types of tasks.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. That's why one of the reason I opened this channel, because I want to help people to educate themselves that you should not stop learning. Am I right to say that? Because I also agree with you that even you don't agree, the world is changing. Technology is there. I still remember I read the news. Funny that the last guy in Singapore used a SIM card for the Nokia. He have no choice that to have to change to the iPhone because nobody in Singapore sell the SIM for his phone anymore, and I have to make a two decision. Rather you don't contact anybody, go to their house and knock the door, or you have to change with the world. So yes, job is will be always there as long as you improve yourself and you educate yourself to matching with the need of the employer. They will always looking for talent, and as a human we just have to keep improve. So
Yeah, I mean, and the types of jobs that come onto the market, they change, right? The jobs that are there now were not there years ago, right? So you see jobs like data scientists
yes,
or data analysts or user experience programmers, people that are programming really great solutions for mobiles, for iOS, for Android. So different types of roles are becoming much more common in the market than they used to be, right? And those old type of roles are no longer existing. So you have to keep learning. Keep yourself fresh, and don't try and stop technology because it's here already, right? It's never going to stop now, of course.
yes, yes. I think it's a different with the timing that when you how you born and how you adapt to the technology. Let's share a little bit with a young audience who are like, I'm sure you have a young children as well. I am.